Hello everyone. In my last video, I discussed how we can use Google Classroom for asynchronous mode of teaching. But in case you wish to teach online, a live classroom, that is synchronous mode of teaching, in that case, Zoom is one of the best available apps. And today, I'm going to explain how you can use Zoom in your classrooms and can make your classrooms very interactive and teach online through distance learning. Nowadays, Zoom is widely used, especially to conduct meetings and have online classes. In order to download Zoom, visit www.zoom.us/download and you can download Zoom client for meeting. Once you download the setup file, you can install it in your system, and once you install, this is the screen which will appear. You can join a meeting without logging into Zoom, without having your account on Zoom. Once you click join a meeting button, then you will be asked to enter the meeting ID, which you will receive from a person who is hosting a meeting. After entering your meeting ID, you can enter your name which you want to appear on the screen during the meeting, and you can directly join this meeting. In case you want to host any meeting or you want to conduct a classroom, online classroom, click on sign in button. If you are using it for the first time, you have to sign up. Now there are different options. You can sign up for free. You can sign in with your Google account, with your Facebook account. In case you click on sign in with Google account, you have to go to your Google account. You have to log into your Google account and you can directly use it. But if you click on sign up for free button, you will be asked to enter your mail ID. Please enter your mail ID here, and once you click sign up, you will receive a mail and message will appear. We have sent an email to your account for the confirmation, and when you open your email ID, you can activate your account by clicking on activate account button. And when you click on this button, you will be directed to a website where you have to enter your first name, your last name. You have to set up password for your Zoom account, and you then confirm password. Password has to be minimum 8 characters with alphanumeric. Then it will ask you to nominate 3 people for free Zoom account. Even if you don't do it, you can close this page, and then you can go to your sign in page. And now you have already made your account. You click on enter your mail, enter your password, and then sign in. And when you sign in, this is the home screen which will appear. It has various options. You can see 4 options here: home, chat, meeting, contact, and search button. And you are active on this account. This will show your login. Then there are 4 options on the left hand side of this home page: new meeting, join meeting, schedule a meeting, share a screen. Join meeting I have already discussed. You click on this button, you enter the meeting ID and your name, you can join a meeting. Then you can see a small calendar also. This calendar shows the time, current time, date, and your all upcoming meetings here. If you click on new meeting button, this is generally used if you are going to have an unscheduled meeting. Suppose you are chatting with your friends on WhatsApp and suddenly you decide to go for a meeting, online meeting on Zoom, then this is a better option. Otherwise, generally we go for scheduled meetings. Any kind of official meeting is scheduled. But if you click on new meeting, if you want to start a meeting at any point of time, then a screen will appear with your video preview, and it will ask you always show video preview dialog when joining a video meeting. Now you have 2 options, whether you want to join with video or you want to join without video. Suppose I click on join without video. If I click on join without video, then only my name will appear on the screen and my photograph or my video will not appear, only name will appear. Once you open the screen, you can see left hand bottom corner, there is a button mute. If you are in a meeting and you are not speaking, it's always better to be on mute mode. And in case you want to speak, only then unmute this button, else it should be at mute mode only, so that there is minimum or no disturbance during the meeting. Then start your video. It's entirely up to you whether you want others to see your picture or not. In case you don't want, then you just disable this button, else you can enable the video button. Then rest of the participants in the meeting will able to see your face. Then next to start video button, there is a small arrow, and when you click this arrow, another window will pop up. Then it will ask you for the camera. It is integrated web camera. Video settings. Now this is very important. If you click on this video settings, a lot of settings will pop up, your audio setting, your video setting, and you will also have a guide for shortcuts, which I think are very helpful for the teachers. Instead of finding some specific options, it's always used to use keyboard shortcuts. Choose virtual background. Whenever you want, you can choose a virtual background. There are few pre-installed backgrounds. Some pictures are there and some videos are also there. In case you want to create your own background, or you want to use a picture from your computer, your PC, you can do that. You just click on this button, you select a picture, your background will change. And I think it's a wonderful option. It acts like a green screen. Now, if you have already started a meeting, you would like to invite few participants, and you click on invite button at the bottom of your screen, then this window will pop up. Now there are different ways to invite people. One is you can send an email. Then another option is you copy a meeting URL or copy a meeting invitation. Once you copy the invitation, you can paste it in the WhatsApp group. You can send it via mail. The way you want, you can send it through SMS. The invitation will be copied. I'll show it to you. How it will appear. Now this is a kind of invitation which will be there, and you can send it, or a link which you want to send. If you want to send a link, the person who will receive this link or invitation can click and join the meeting. So once you invite few people, then you can see the number of participants in the meeting. Right now only one participant, because I haven't invited anyone and I am the only participant in this meeting. Then if you click on manage participants, now beauty of Zoom is you can manage all the participants who are there in a meeting, or online live classroom. It's very easy to manage all the students. I'm sure you can manage your students through Zoom much better than otherwise you manage them in the actual classroom situation. So once you click on this button, you will have a couple of options. Here you will be able to see all the participants who are there in the meeting, who are there in your class or meeting, and this mic shows whether the person is on mute mode or unmute mode, and this shows whether the video is being recorded or not. If you want to mute all the participants, just click on mute button. Everybody's audio will be muted, and if you want to unmute, you click on unmute button. Then there is another button called more. If you click on this more button, few options will pop up. The first one is mute participants on entry. It's always better to mute the participants on entry so that there is no disturbance in the meeting room. Second one is allow participant to unmute themselves. Now this also gives you the option, if you do not want any of the participants to speak without your permission, you can uncheck this option. Means they will not able to unmute themselves until or unless you click the unmute button. The next one is allow participants to rename themselves, and next is play enter exit chime. So means anybody who will enter or who will exit, there will be a sound or intimation will be there. Lock meeting, interesting option. Once you start a meeting and you decide you don't want anybody else to join the meeting, you click on lock meeting. After that, none will able to join the meeting. Like in a classroom situation, once you start the class, if you do not want any latecomer to enter in your class, you just lock this meeting. Nobody will be able to enter in your meeting. Next, you can rename yourself. You can add your profile picture instead of your name. If you want to show the profile picture, you can click on this button and you can select a photograph from your system and you can upload that picture here. Yes, now this is a very important option for the teachers. Before I discuss the share screen button, next to share screen button, you can see a couple of options. The first one is one participant can share screen at a time. Means if you're already sharing a screen, nobody else will be able to share a screen. Otherwise, what will happen, anybody who wants to share the screen will be able to share. In case if you click on, multiple participants can share the screen simultaneously. Then advanced sharing options are also there, and you can decide whether you want the participants to share their screen or not. You can click on advanced sharing option and you can disable or enable whether the participants are permitted to share their screens or not. Then if you click on share screen button, you can share any of the program which is running in the background in your system. And the most beautiful thing is Whiteboard, and this is the reason why Zoom has become very popular among teachers to use it for online or distance learning classes. So if you click on this whiteboard, it will give you the same sense of the smart board which people use in your classrooms. So if you click on whiteboard button, one whiteboard like a smart board will open, and you will have a couple of options. The first important option is text. If you want to type something, you want to write the text, you can enter the text. And second option is to draw. If you want, you can click on this option, you can change the thickness of your pen, you can take some shapes which are already there in the whiteboard. These options are there. I'll show you all the shapes which you can draw using this option. These are the shapes. First one is rhombus, second one is circle, a solid circle. Next one is a circle which is transparent, only outline is there. Next one is translucent kind of circle, rectangle, solid rectangle, and then another circle I have drawn. So using these options, you can draw different shapes. Then coming to stamp button, this is also very popular among the teachers. So these stamp buttons can very effectively be used by the teachers. I'll show you how these stamp buttons look like once you use these stamp buttons. So there is an arrow button, tick button, cross, star, heart, and sign of interrogation. Yeah, format button. You click on format button, you can change the color of your ink, any color you want. You can change the width of the line. You can decide the font size, whether you want to bold it, you want italic letters. You can click on format and you can decide. Then undo, redo options are there. If you want to clear the entire content, you can click clear and clear the entire content. And if you want to save your screen, you can save this whiteboard also. You can see this green and red rectangular bar. Once you bring your cursor here, few options will pop up: mute, start screen, manage participant, new share. Suppose you want to share some other screen other than whiteboard, you click on share screen. You can go to PowerPoint, you can go to Word document, you can go to PDF document. Suppose you want to work on this whiteboard and you do not want students to see, you can click on pause sharing. Your sharing will pause, and this enables you to annotate. You can write on any screen anywhere, like I'm writing right now. Then there are a couple of options. If you click on more button, you will get those options. The first option is chat. You want to go to chat window, you can chat with participants. You want to invite somebody else, you want to record this, you want to disable participants annotation. This is very important. The way I am annotating, any participant in the meeting can annotate if you give permission to that person. If you click disable, then nobody will able to annotate. And another thing, suppose you want to see who exactly is annotating, who exactly is writing on the screen, you click on this button, you will able to see the name of the person also who is writing. Then share computer sound. In case you are showing some video, you are showing some audio, then you must enable this button. Only then the participants will able to hear. Otherwise, so many people, they ask me that they run a video, the participants are unable to hear the sound. The problem with them is they do not enable this button. So it has to be enabled in case you want to share the sound from your system. If you want to end meeting any point of the time, you can click and end meeting. Now next one, you again if you want to change the sharing option, you can again go to share button, click it. You can, as I told you earlier, you can share a Word document, you can share your Excel file, you can share your Explorer, anything, whatever is running in the background, it has to be there in the background. If you want to share a presentation, it has to be in presentation mode. Before you share it, you go to your PPT, put it in presentation mode, then go to your Zoom sharing button and then share the screen. Yes, coming back now, next option is chat option. You click on chat button, the window will appear. You can chat with everyone, you can chat with a specific person in a meeting if you want, and you will able to see the entire chat in this window. And there is another beautiful option to share the files. If you click on this file button, you will get options to share through Dropbox, Microsoft OneDrive, Google Drive, your computer. You want to share the file from your system, you can share the file. Then if you click on three dots on extreme right hand side, very important, this will really help to control your class. Right now the option is enabled that everyone can publicly and privately chat. So the participants can chat with me, they can chat with someone else also who is there in the meeting, and I will not come to know what exactly is going on between them, and others will not come to know what are they exactly chatting. So in case you want to control that class, you can keep everyone publicly. So means people will not able to chat privately, only publicly. So it will help if you want to have some group discussions in class, you can enable this. Then host only. You also have the option to disable all chat except with you only. So means all the participants will able to chat with you, but they will not able to chat with other members or everyone in the group publicly. And you also have the option to disable everybody's chat. No one will able to see the chat who is talking to whom. Yes, coming to reaction button, very helpful to make class more interesting, more interactive. I think reaction buttons can be used quite often. Teacher may ask if how many of you have understood, show a thumbs up, and if somebody has given a good answer, replied well, you can ask to clap for that particular participant. So these reaction buttons make the class more lively. This is how the reaction button appears on the left hand top corner of the screen for a few seconds, and then it disables automatically. Yes, if you want to schedule a meeting, you remember in the home screen there was a button of scheduling a meeting. If you click on scheduling a meeting, window will pop up where you can give a topic to the meeting. For example, this meeting, if I'm having a tutorial meeting, I will write like Zoom tutorial. So accordingly, you can give name to your meeting. Then you can decide date, you can decide time, what time you are going to have a meeting, duration of a meeting. In case you are using the free version which is available, you will be permitted to have a meeting only for 40 minutes and with maximum 100 participants. If you upgrade it, you will get more options. Then recurring meeting, this option should be used for regular meeting at regular intervals. Generate meeting ID automatically, password whether is required or not. Then these are few options for you. You can synchronize this calendar with your Outlook, Google Calendar or other calendars. Then in advanced option, you get few more options like you enable the waiting room. Nobody will able to join until or unless you just permit them. So you can enable this waiting room. You can enable join before host. So if you give permission to participants to join before you join the meeting, in that case, the only thing is they will be able to interact with each other. If you want to keep a control on that, if you do not want the participants to interact with each other, then please disable this button. Mute participants on entry. It's always better to mute participants on entry so that there is minimum or no disturbance during the meeting. Automatically record meeting on local computer. Zoom also gives you the option to record your entire meeting or your online lecture or the class which you are going to take. And you will also have the option to disable for others. By default, it is disabled only for others. They cannot record your meetings. If you want to share a screen, you just have to enter the screen sharing key or meeting ID and you can start sharing the screen. So this was all about the options which we have. And in case you want participants, you can give a question, you can ask participants to doodle it, you can ask a particular student to solve the problem. So that child will able to annotate it and will able to solve a problem, and you can have a feeling like you have in your actual classrooms. And you can correct it, you can use the stamps which are there, you can appreciate the participant who has given the correct answer. Now a few suggestions for you. It's always better to use a laptop rather than using your mobile phone. Yes, iPad is also a good option. Only thing is you have to be sure that you can share everything necessary for your classroom. Backdrop is important. In case you are having a meeting, your backdrop, it's always better to have a plain backdrop or curtain, but I think the best option will be to go for your virtual background, which is there inbuilt in Zoom. So you can always use a virtual backdrop to have any kind of meeting or classroom. Then dressing is very important. Be in formals or in semi-casuals, and ensure that your students, in case you are taking a class, your students are also formally dressed, or attire is important, because in case you are conducting remote classes, especially nowadays during lockdown, you have to give message to your students that this is a formal class, not an informal class. Be punctual for a class. If you have scheduled a class at 9 o'clock, means 9 o'clock. Do not be late, and do not let students also to be late for your class. Set some rules for your classroom. Use formal language in the class. Don't let students who use very casual language in the chat box. They should know, they should respect each other, they should use words thank you, please, sorry, and etiquettes, basic etiquettes are very important. No conceptual error. Remember, when you are conducting any kind of online class, otherwise also, there should not be any conceptual error. So this is all about the tutorial on Zoom, online classes or online meetings, I'm sure it will be helpful for you, and you can use this platform for live classes with your students or synchronous mode of teaching, and I'm sure this is going to be very effective. If you like this video, hit on like button or subscribe to watch more videos. Thank you and have a wonderful day.